Okay, so I've got a file here and it's a .md file. That means that it's a Markdown file. So Markdown is a markup language, which means it's for writing the content which you see in bits of writing, and it provides all kind of tools to allow you to do special kind of formatting. So of course you can write, just normal text like this, but you can also format it. Before I do that, I'm in VS Code, and so in the top right hand side I can see this icon which lets you preview it in real time. So on the left hand side I've got what I've written, and on the right hand side I've got how it's been rendered in Markdown. And this kind of is going to allow me to show you how I can do some more fancy formatting with Markdown. So this is just plain text, this one. If I add a hashtag and then write something, then it's going to have that as a title. If I add multiple hashtags, then it will be a smaller title, something like that, and so on. I think this goes all the way down to 4 levels of hashtags. And if you're used to HTML at all, then these are analogous to your H1 tags for heading 1, that's the biggest heading, H2 for the second biggest heading, and then H3, something like that, and they get smaller and smaller. Something like that. And so this one actually just looks the same as regular text at this point. You can do other things like bullet pointing with dashes, and that gives this nice little format like that. You can do numbered bullet points like this. But in Markdown there's actually a little trick here, which is that, imagine you had many different items in a list, and then at the end of the day you decide, okay, I actually don't want this one over here, so I'm going to delete that. Now if I delete that, I need to change the number starting in every other numbered item in the list. So instead you can actually just leave a 1 there, and then Markdown's smart enough to figure out that if all of them have 1s, if all of them have 1s, then it will just render them as such. It'll render them in order. Any other fancy things you can do quickly? Yeah, I mean, you can use this little right-angled bracket to have a call-out like that, and that's kind of emphasis on this word. You can do nested bullet pointings like that. You can do, what else? I think you can do sort of line breaks like that, so it puts the line all the way across. And you can add images. The way you can add images is do strange exclamation mark, square brackets, and then the file path to your image. So if it was in the images folder and it was called myimage.jpg, you'd write something like that. Links have a similar syntax, just without the exclamation mark. So if I wanted to do a link which said click here and linked to google.com, then I could write something like that, and that would give me a link.